he had messaged me probably about 100 times, right? And it went from just normal little messages to like capital angry letters, called me every name under the sun. I owe him money for his cab and the dinner, and he's going to find out where I live and all of that stuff.
Wow. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to 30 Years and Running. I'll be your host, Christian, and each week my friends and I will be looking at life seen through the eyes of 30-somethings. Whether it's things like dating, social media, or mental health, we'll be looking at the past, present, and future of being in your 30s. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
What? I'm sorry, what?
Have you seen Anchorman?
Yeah, but...
So at the start of Anchorman, he starts doing his like little kind of vocal... warm-ups, and one of them is the Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Oh, okay, I get it.
And he's like, how now, brown cow? How now, brown cow?
What is happening?
It's a great film.
I have seen it, but I can't remember those particular bits.
Don't you?
But anyway.
Watch it again.
I'll watch it again.
Get back to me.
Okay.
But yeah, the Human Torch was denied a bank loan, but it's a funny one to me. Anywho, I think that's a good place to start, actually. So, welcome to 30 Years and Running. I've got a very special guest with me today. How you doing, Emma?
I'm very well, thank you, Christian. I feel
How does it
really
feel
on the
to
spot
be...
now.
No, it's fine. How do you feel to be on the couch finally?
Really honoured, actually.
Do you?
Yes.
I'm sensing some like sarcasm here.
No, it's good to be here. I hope I can help inspire you and other people. Yeah.
Yeah, debatable, but yeah, we'll see how we get on.
Yeah.
So, just for context, Emma and I, we first met on POF, like we were just talking about.
Many moons ago.
2014/2015?
Around then, yeah.
Mm.
Long time.
A long time ago. So, yeah, we've known each other for a long time.
But who started talking to who first?
Good question. I probably started talking to you first.
Something tells me that it was you.
I probably slid into your DMs first.
Like chased me down and I
God's sake,
batted you away several times.
Like,
before I said, no, I can't possibly. And then I was like, oh, all right then.
Yeah, you caved in. I finally got you on a date with me. So there you go. Yeah, that was So 5-6 years we've known each other.
And here we are.
Mm-hmm. In Croydon, back near to your ends, like 5-6 years later as well. So.
It all comes full circle, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Yes.
You're back in the hood. You're back in
South
London.
Back in the end.
Back
and it
in
feels
familiar
good.
area.
Yeah. I know my way around here like the back of my hand.
Your sarcasm levels, are on a different like stratosphere, by the way.
But you like that about me?
Meh. They are. They have their moments, to be fair, but
you like it?
Meh.
Okay, so POF and.
I was about to say, yeah. So that's like a good place to start, actually. So, are you still on POF?
No, I am not on POF.
Funny enough, I didn't think you were going to still be on POF.
No, I can't even remember like when I was last on there, but that was years ago.
Yeah. I mean, so we're going to be talking about dating today, I should say, but like, I don't know about you, but like POF is like the worst of the worst dating apps.
POF is like a cesspool of weird inbred fish type things that sort of lurk around and shark around in there.
A very negative review on TripAdvisors.
Yeah.
To be fair, out of all the dating apps that I've gone on,
all the hundreds that you've been on.
Oh, piss off. So like Tinder, Bumble, POF, and Hinge, like that is POF is probably the worst. Although in saying that, I say that, but then I've met like some pretty good people off POF.
I'm sure you have, Christian.
Yeah. I've met a previous girlfriend on there who I still speak to actually. I'm still like good friends. I've met another girlfriend from there actually, but yeah, that the less said about that one the better. But so yeah, it hasn't been too bad for me actually in the past. But yeah, I haven't been on there in ages. But yeah, it's a weird place where, to be fair, for girls it must be a lot worse because like people can send pictures to you on there, can't they?
Speaking of pictures, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like a constant barrage. So the
You're
minute
too popular, that's why.
I doubt whether that's just me, but it's the minute you're on there, you don't have any breathing space. There's like messages and pictures and it's just
It's
a bit
tough being
too
you,
much.
isn't it?
And people, it really is. I'm happy you
I'm
acknowledge
glad,
that.
I'm glad you brought that up,
glad
actually.
you acknowledge that. No, but it is too much, and it's too much too soon as well. It's too kind of in your face.
So actually, I'm going to say a really blunt question, actually. So when you've got dick pics, just in general, it could be on Puff, it could be elsewhere. I'm always curious, like, how does that conversation go? Is it like no conversation, then dick pic appears,
They
or
are
is it just
unsolicited, kind of 90% of the time?
Do they come up in mid convo, or do they come up like just right off the bat? Because I feel like if they come right off the bat, that's not, it's not okay, but it's like at least you kind of know straight off the bat like what you're getting into. Whereas I think
I kind of need to reframe this. I kind of need to reframe this a little bit. Okay, so a pic like that to a woman is about as interesting as you sending her a picture of this radiator. Mm-hmm. We don't want to see it.
That makes sense.
There's nothing about it that makes us go, oh, yes, he's a keeper.
I've seen a meme before. For some reason, when I'm doing these podcasts, I talk about memes quite a lot. I think because I love like Instagram, actually. Like I always seem to refer back to memes. But anyway, I saw a meme about someone sending an unsolicited dick pic being equivalent to like you're a cat lover, like bringing in a dead bird.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, okay.
I don't want this. Please take it away. I know that you're
Men
trying
are
to
visual creatures, and they assume that women are too, but it doesn't hold the same like oomph, if you know what I mean. So
I apologise on behalf of all men,
behalf of all mankind.
And we're gonna do so. I've like shout out to my friend Bex for this, because we're gonna do another episode, which is more kind of talking about like on behalf of my species. So like talking about things that like guys do, which girls don't like, and vice versa. So I feel like dick pics is probably falling into that category, but it's obviously unfortunately, part of the dating conversation. Well, the online dating conversation as well.
Not every conversation, but yeah.
No, sorry, I don't mean every conversation.
But
I just
does
mean like
come up.
Yeah, I just mean like broadly when you talk about online dating. Unfortunately, part of that conversation, at least in the conversations that I've had, dick pics, like just unsolicitedly. I wonder why that is, Christian. No, are you trying to like insinuate something? No. Because for the record, I will say this on camera as well. I have never sent an unsolicited dick pic before. I'm sorry, Mum, if you're watching this, but I haven't.
Never?
No.
Okay.
Never unsolicited. No, that's actually the truth, to be fair. I'm more than happy to say that, but I've never done that. Okay.
So I guess if they're sent at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end, it doesn't really matter. I guess if it's kind of not wanted or comes out of left field and it's not really part of anything, it's just kind of a bit awkward.
What's your response to that as well? Because I know that some people
I would either ignore it.
Yeah.
And just carry on the conversation, which I guess is probably a bit unnerving.
That must be pretty hard. Like, let me just move that dick to the way. Like, what are you doing this weekend?
Chat a little bit more and get it out of my view.
How about the weather we've been having?
Yes.
Oh, look, there's a massive bell end in my viewpoint, but yeah.
Yeah, or if I'm going to say something about it, it might be in quite a jokey way. But again, you kind of have to be careful with that. I don't want them to think I'm kind of being mean about them.
Right. You know. I suppose it depends on.
It's just awkward any which way.
I just think it's a weird thing to do, like in general. Like I think so. Coming from a guy, like guys think that girls like the look of penises, when like every girl who I've ever spoken to are like, no, penises are pretty ugly. But we don't care anyway. Apparently, we just continue to send them. Not me, for the record, but like guys continue to send them. What I hate you so much. Because the thing is, this is coming across like I've sent them, but I promise you I haven't. But anyway, like from a guy's perspective, I suppose we're just like, girls love dicks, so we're just going to send a dick pic, and if it's a big dick, then they're going to like me even more, when obviously it's the complete opposite of that. So that's just me coming from a guy's perspective explaining it. But To be honest, there's no defence of it at all.
No, but to be fair, there are obviously some women out there who've encouraged this behaviour.
To be honest, in my time, I've yet to see a profile who's been like, come on in, dick pics. Like, the more the merrier.
Nobody's going to advertise it like that, i.e. if it's been done.
Oh, you mean they, like, subtly encourage it?
Or, like, as soon as it's sent, they've gone, oh, you know, that looks really good, or aren't you big, or whatever. And then I feel that word has kind of spread around, and now it becomes the theme. Like, yeah, this is how to ensnare this woman, but it's not even a thing. So I feel that perhaps it should have been stopped way back, and because it hasn't been, it's kind of gathered pace.
I've never actually. It's funny you should say that, because I've never. Maybe if I think really hard, I can think of people who might have encouraged it, but I can't remember anybody who I've been speaking to and they've kind of almost hinted that they wanted one of those. Actually, it's quite rare. I think it's quite rare.
Don't think it comes in the form of people hinting. I think it more comes in the form of when it just randomly appears right in your conversation. If you don't handle it in the right way, perhaps that's perceived as acceptance.
Right.
So it's more that. Right, and of course, if you get a picture that you feel uncomfortable with, as anyone who might feel uncomfortable about something, it's even more uncomfortable to say, actually, no, I don't like that, or that makes me feel uncomfortable. So people tend to ignore it.
Yeah.
I have ignored it too.
I was about to say, so when you ignore it, do you think
probably encourage?
I was about to say, you facilitate. Yeah, really, it's you. You're the problem here. You're facilitating all these unsolicited dick pics. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
It's me.
Right, so you're the root of. So every woman in the world who's ever got a dick pic, they can.
It's my fault.
Yeah, they can thank you for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what to say apart from like sorry on behalf of all men.
On behalf of all mankind.
Yeah, like literally, like I said before, like I've got zero defense for an unsolicited dick pic because it's just a really weird thing to do. But I don't know. Each their own, I guess.
But those guys who send those kind of pictures don't just stop there. They ask for pictures back in kind, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a slippery.
It's
a very slippery slope once you send a dick pic. It's only going downhill from there.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Anyway, I don't know. I think. Do you know what it is? I think online dating in general is just a bit of a minefield, and yeah, dick pics are just one of many pieces of the puzzle. Sorry, which are kind of just make it like quite a complicated experience.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but like my online dating history has been quite mixed. Like I mentioned, like I've met you from there. I've met like other people, like ex-girlfriends who I get on with. On the flip side, I've met people who, you know, I haven't been on like terrible dates, but like I've been on some weird dates and I've met some weird people and stuff like that. So like all in all, my online dating experience has been pretty mixed. But for me, it's like the best way I can describe it is like it's like a car crash. It's kind of like you know it's really bad. Yeah, you know it's really bad, but it's kind of like you kind of can't take your eyes off it. And
yeah, and even if you come away from it, there's also a part of me that then feels like I'm being unfair, and I'll go back again and I'll give it another try, and then I remind myself of quite how bad it is.
Yeah,
and then I come off of it again.
Yeah, I think for people who like are kind of just going into it and they're kind of not quite sure about it and they've got kind of a bit of trepidation on it, the one thing I would say is just try it. Like, it's not actually bad as people kind of make out it to be, unless you're going on POF. But I just think it's just one of those things that you can experience. You can, like I say, I've never been on like a really bad date. I've had weird dates, but like I haven't had any really negative experiences. It just things that are a little bit kind of deflating, things that have been positive and things that have been not so good. But I think it's worth a try is what I'm getting at. Yeah,
I mean, is it any worse?
Don't sound so.
No. I'm trying to be objective here, and I'm trying to think: is online any worse than kind of the good old days of going into a bar and kind of waiting for some guy, right, who's going to come over and like chat you up, etc. Like 2 guys, 8 guys, you know, whoever. What is worse?
Yeah.
Because people seem to think that, you know, online's really seedy and bad, but is it?
I don't think so. It's got its pros and cons, right? So like pro can be without sounding really cold about it, like before you kind of so before you'd meet that guy who'd chat you up in the bar, like online dating is you can filter out everything that you do or don't like about the guy. So you can kind of increase the probability of meeting your dream guy or girl.
But that's
through online.
assuming that what people write and say online is true.
True, but at
and
least
that their pictures look like them.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is a whole other kettle of fish.
We might get into that a bit later, actually. But at least, like, online gives you the chance to. It might not be accurate, but at least it gives you the chance to, like, filter, like, the person who you want to meet. And also, like, at least with online, you can chat behind a little bit of security-ish before you actually have to kind of meet that person. So you can almost vet them before you meet them. Whereas I suppose in real life, like, they're right there in front of you. Like,
you can always walk away.
True. No, absolutely, you can walk away.
And I tend to think that your kind of intuition kicks in if you're there in person.
Yeah.
And you're seeing them like there, and they're talking in real time, and you're responding in real time.
Yeah.
I tend to think that's easier.
Yeah. Well, this is what I was going to say about the pros of, like, meeting someone online is, yeah, you get a feel for them, like, straight off the bat, and you don't have the facade of people catfishing you or changing stuff in their profile or whatever. I think another thing as well is it just feels like a lot more spontaneous than online dating.
Yeah.
So one of my kind of pet hates on there is you kind of chat to somebody for like a long spell of time, and it just kind of fizzles out because the person or both people could be doing it. Like they're not online on that particular app all the time, and so you're kind of speaking to them, I don't know, once every couple of days or maybe even once a week, and you kind of lose that spontaneity that you would get with a stranger, like approaching you at a bar or wherever, really. So yeah, I do think the art of, like, dating is kind of lost a little bit with online because you don't get to chirps people.
Chirps?
Yeah, I thought that. You don't get to chirps people, like, right there and build that instant kind of chemistry.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think just the nature of online dating, it kind of gets lost.
And they're probably chirpsing a whole load of other people at the same time.
But they could be chirpsing other people in that same bar.
Absolutely, but at least this is all happening kind of in one evening and not over a protracted period of time.
Yeah, but I think that kind of comes with the territory of online dating. I think if you're online dating, you've got to be expecting that people aren't speaking to just you. Mm-hmm. And also another thing I was just thinking about as well is, I suppose, the problem with online dating that I find as well is you do lose that kind of because people know that they've got hundreds of other people who they can swipe right or whatever the mechanic is. Like, again, I feel like...
You know what the mechanics are.
No. I hate you so much. You're so sarcastic as well. And it makes me look like really seedy as well. Like, people are going to be watching this and be like, oh my God, Emma's right about Christian.
If I thought you were seedy, I wouldn't be here.
Okay.
It's a compliment that I'm here.
All right, fair enough. I forgot what I was going to say now.
Sorry.
No, I think what I was going to say is because people know there's hundreds of other profiles that they can swipe right on. You kind of lose that how to describe it? You kind of lose the act of, like, wooing someone and, like, just focusing on them.
Wooing. Yeah. I love that word.
Yeah, because, like, you can, like, woo them for a stage, but if they don't respond, like, you can just, delete them or whatever, and you're safe in the knowledge that you've got hundreds of other people who you could potentially woo. Whereas I just think
people have more choice.
Yeah, I think the choice thing just makes it, you seem a bit more of a commodity, or people are more commodities.
Yeah.
And I think that's a dangerous territory to be getting into, because
it's very easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all very easy. I think that starts getting into so one of the things that I touched on briefly with my friend Richard when we were talking about social media is just kind of the mental aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm sure at some point we'll talk about the mental aspect of social media and maybe even dating apps in more detail in another episode. But I do it kind of, when you feel like a commodity and you feel like you're one of many people, you just kind of think, what's the point, I suppose? And that's why I suppose it's this kind of vicious cycle where people just don't sign up to dating apps because they feel like a commodity. They jump on it, they realise it is, they get back on it, and the cycle kind of continues really.
Absolutely.
But
And if people have had like a bad experience online, then they might carry that onwards and maybe not be that open if they're talking to someone online out of fear that might happen again. Yeah. It's a vicious circle.
It is a vicious circle. Damn you, circle. Have you had any bad experiences
online?
No, that was like a
online.
How long have you got? Yeah. Well, both actually. So I suppose this conversation isn't just about online dating, but I think for me anyway, online dating is like the most prevalent way that I meet like girls. But we could talk about online dating or
I'm not so much online these days. I'm just a bit over it right now. Just Instagram. Yeah. I'm not fishing for guys on Instagram. Can I just put that out there?
Well, you say so.
I'm not.
Oh, okay. I believe you.
How dare you besmirch my name?
Besmirch your good name.
My good name.
You sure you don't? Do you want to plug your Insta name now? Or?
No.
You sure? Okay.
I'm more than.
I'll put the link in the description just in case any
wants,
courageous guys
I want her Instagram.
Yeah, anybody wants to slide in your DMs and.
No one slide in my DMs, please.
Are you sure? Okay. All right. Sorry, Karen.
So online, I'd like to think I'm quite a good judge of character, and I can read little signs. So if somebody might appear a bit pushy, or they're kind of trying to escalate things too quickly, then it's a no from me. Whereas way back years ago, I would have been like, oh, they're just
in the POF days.
They're just a bit excited, or I'm
you know how
nice.
To read the red flags now.
I can read the red flags now. Yes. So I can't say online that I've had any particularly weird experiences, because the minute anybody shows me anything weird,
you just
gone.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. Whereas I've got friends who would then kind of make up excuses and stories, and then they go back again, and the same thing would happen, and it's like, read the writing on the wall here.
Yeah. But then the romantic in me is just like, maybe they just, well, for me, actually, just thinking about it, like, the way I kind of see my relationship with online dating is it just takes that one person to match with and get on with, and then that's you kind of done, really. So I think as much as I have kind of complained about online dating,
You've still got that hope.
Yeah, the Disney character in me is just like, just one chance. A whole new world. No, I'm joking. That's all it takes, really. So, but sure. I'm just like maybe that's naive, maybe I'm just like a hopeless optimistic, but like that's the way I kind of see it, and that's the reason why I keep going back.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if what I said comes across as too harsh. I'm not saying
you're like, I hate online dating.
I'm just like a cold-hearted ice queen.
Yeah.
I've actually been called an ice queen before. I can't see it, but yeah.
But who called you an ice queen?
Some horrible individual. I don't think I am.
Out them. No, I'm joking.
No, I can't. Joking. But yeah.
Ice queen.
But I think the ice queen bit comes from me having like boundaries and being like, no, I'm not having that. Right. I get called an ice cream. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah,
I know the hair is I know the hair is silver and all that.
The hair is now ice, but my soul is not.
I felt
ice.
A chill when you came in as well. Actually,
but I can't remember what I was saying now. It's about if a person commits like a sort of minor indiscretion. It's not as though any misdemeanor I'm like, right, gone. I guess it has to be.
Are you able to define what a small misdemeanor is? So, okay, let's go. So it's a unsolicited dick pic. I'm guessing that's a big demeanor.
I would probably just laugh.
Oh, really?
At that.
See, you're definitely a facilitator of future dick pics being sent. You should be shutting them down. You love it, really.
No, because. Right, I'm laughing because I'm trying to put myself kind of in their shoes, and I'm trying to understand, like, that fascinates me. Like, I love understanding what motivates people to do things. And so the only thing I can think of there is they must have had success with that in the past. Past behaviour is often a prediction of future behaviour. So if they've had success with it, they're like,
Bandura.
this is a way to win her over.
Yeah.
I'm going to send this. But I think it's such a... I mean, that is a risky thing to do. That can go one of two ways, right?
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I'll be honest, I think part of it is to do with porn, actually. I feel like guys just assume that they probably assume that, like, if they send a dick pic and if their dick, for sake of argument, is quite big, that's what women are going to gravitate to. And
It's
I
not
say,
the
I think
wand,
that's because
it's
of
the wizard
porn.
who waves it, right?
Oh, God. You're so
I'll
weird.
just leave that little
That
gem
gem,
there.
yeah.
But it's
You just
true.
Jada Pinkett Smith me.
But it's true, though.
No, that is true.
It
But,
could be
like,
huge.
some guys,
People don't know how to use it.
yeah,
It's
but some
pointless.
guys don't get that. Like, they just and like I say, I think a lot of it is down to porn.
But those guys are quite inexperienced then.
I'd imagine. Well, you could tell me wrong, actually, or you could tell me different. But I'm sure, like, even older guys, I'm sure even they still equate, like, if I've got a big dick and if I send that dick pic, then all the girls will want me. My question, or the point I'm making is, like, do older guys send dick pics? Which I'd imagine they probably do.
That is such a gross thought, and now
Some
that's going to
old,
be
wrinkly, senile
Oh,
OAP
that's
nutsack.
sort of bent and
Why is it
hanging to the
bent?
left.
Oh,
I don't know why
low
it's hanging to the
shriveled
left.
and swivel to the left. Yeah, no. I
Oh.
don't know why we keep coming on to dick pics or coming back to dick pics, but anyway. Don't
Yeah,
give me that
anyway,
look.
let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on
Let's
swiftly.
move on from that. Thank you.
Online versus real life. So you sound like you prefer
I've had
meeting someone.
but I've had my weirdest experiences in real life.
Have you? Do you fancy elaborating on that, or is that
So
for
there
another
was
day?
a guy I met last year
Mm.
at the Carnival on the way home, actually from
Carnival,
the
yeah.
Carnival.
Did he dagger you?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you not? Do you know what daggering is?
No.
We might have to take a brief intermission for this. I reckon. How do you not know? How long have you been going to Carnival?
I've been to the Carnival once, and that was last year. Christian,
This is daggering.
no, that didn't
Are
happen.
you sure?
Positive.
To be fair,
it wasn't at the Carnival itself. It was on the way home.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
He
Let's see the story.
accosted me on the tube.
Okay. Just for the record, like, daggering isn't always as violent as that example I showed you. But
As expressive and as energetic as that
Expressive.
example that you
yeah,
just
it's
showed
colourful.
me.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. So you're on your way back from Carnival.
Yes. And he started talking to me, and I started talking to him, and I had a few rum punches, and so I was very...
With these Ray rum punches.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was kind of swaying on the carriage on the way home.
Makes
we swapped
sense.
numbers.
Yeah.
Anyway. So by the time I got home, he had sent me voice message after voice message. I got a video of his home. He had like a little mini bar.
So off the bat,
Yeah.
like, my spidey sense is tingling.
Yes.
Voice notes, that's a bit psycho behaviour, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'd literally left him like 10 minutes previously. But, right, as I was going home...
My spidey sense is tingling a lot.
Yeah, in the cold light
Anyway.
of day now. But at the time...
But after a couple of
warmed
rum punches,
with rum
yeah.
punch, swaying and wavy all the way home.
All right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
I thought, he's just keen.
He's just punchy. He's just full of beans. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
he's
Fine.
just keen.
Yeah.
So anyway, we spoke all week. He seemed normal and nice, so I met up with him. Yeah, and that's when it all got a bit weird.
Right.
So he was fine initially, and we were chatting and stuff. And then after a glass of wine, he started to get a bit kind of paranoid.
Right.
So he thought that people in the bar were looking at him and talking about him.
Right.
right? And the shrink in me was kind of analysing, like, has he got some kind of personality disorder? Is he taking medication? Is the wine interfering with something? Yeah, and he just got kind of more and more edgy,
Okay.
right?
For the
As the
record,
evening
so
went on.
Emma is a psychotherapist.
Yes.
So
Sorry, I
she's
probably
very.
should have explained
No,
that.
it's fine. I just in case people think you're like trying to psychoanalyze him or something like that.
No.
But, Emma is very, very well versed in the human brain. So, yeah.
Mental health as well.
Okay.
Yes. So.
Is it that bad that you need a sip of wine?
I need a sip of wine to like
just to...
fortify myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the evening's ended, so we're outside. And this little boy walks past. Well, little boy, he was about 12 or so. And he whistled at me.
Mm.
As boys do.
Yeah, boys will be boys.
Right?
Yeah.
So this guy I'm with literally ran to this little boy, dragged him off of the pavement and started beating the shit out of him.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, how did we get from like, chatting and it all being lovely and then to this like paranoid person that came out and now he's beating the crap out of someone in the street?
You sure know how to pick them, don't you?
I left him there.
Jesus, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Him there.
Yeah.
By the time I got home, he had messaged me probably about 100 times, right? And it went from just normal little messages to like capital angry letters, called me every name under the sun. I owe him money for his cab and the dinner, and he's going to find out where I live and all of that stuff.
Wow.
Weird.
That is... Okay, that's a pretty bad date, isn't it?
That was
a pretty bad experience.
Horrible date. Yes.
Jeez. Yeah, that's... I'm not gonna lie, I probably wasn't prepared for that one.
That's probably the worst one I've ever
That's
had.
pretty bad.
Right, and kind of prior to that whole episode, there was nothing in how he was conversing with me that gave me any indication that there was something wrong.
I mean, the voice notes 10 minutes afterwards. I think
it was Carnival all day. It was a hot day. I thought he might have just been a little excited.
A hot day. You just got a bit hot under the collar.
Sun on people.
No, I think that.
Drinking.
Yeah. But you don't, in your defense, like, you don't, I suppose you think the best of people and you don't.
Yeah. You can't rule someone out on that basis. It's what I would rather, me personally, I'd rather someone communicate too much.
Yeah, agreed.
So he was just showing that he was happy that we met. He wanted to know more about me. He clearly wanted to show me around his little house. And I just remember this little bar in the corner. He had like this
cool,
kind of
I guess.
cocktail making, but it was very, very strange. But in a
I think
sweet
it's strange.
way.
I think it's strange that he's shown you his house when he's just met you.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
I just chalked that up to excitement.
Just exuberance. Youthful exuberance.
Youthful exuberance.
Carnival vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, he sounds
and
like a
another
psycho.
weird thing, he showed up on this date, right, and he had this man bag.
Okay.
That was...
Did you just go out with a road... It sounds like you just went out with a roadman.
I think he was a roadman because, I'll tell you why.
He has all the roadman tropes, though. Man bag, just beat up some random person.
Yeah, but this didn't materialise until we were out on the date, right? And when
he went to Carnival, like...
But I met him on the tube on the way home.
Where was he going? Was he going...
I can't remember where I was going, if I was on the right tube or not.
It's been some rum punch.
It was quite strong.
Was he going to East?
No, he wasn't actually. West.
He was going to Hackney. He was going to Hackney. It sounds like a Hackney man who did this.
Wow.
I'm joking. I only said that because South guys get quite a bad rap. So I thought I'd flip it on you. He was
heading to somewhere... You East people? I don't live in East London.
No, I wasn't. That wasn't directed at you. No, that wasn't directed at you. Okay, fine.
So yeah, he had a man bag that was stuffed with cash.
Okay, so yes. So you went out. So you 100% went out with a roadman,
Which I didn't know
And
until we were out on
possibly-
the date.
possibly a drug dealer as well.
Probably.
Okay, cool. Who just committed GBH
Mhm.
on your first date?
Hmm.
Nice, good date.
Yeah, it's a memorable date.
So the moral of the story is, online dating.
Don't
is
meet
probably-
people at a carnival.
Yeah, online dating is probably better than meeting a roadman.
Yeah, but
at
he could have
Carnival.
been online too,
I'm
and
joking. Yeah.
he could
He
have
could
put
have.
up old pictures. He could have been like the personification of like sweetness and light, and it wouldn't be until you've met him that it comes out.
He could have been, but he wasn't. He was just a roadman at Carnival. There you go. Don't go to Carnival if you don't
And
want to
the
go out.
moral
on
of
a-
this-
yeah, don't want to go out with a
The
roadman.
moral of this sorry tale
Yeah.
is don't go to carnival.
And there's no Carnival this year anyway, so
No.
you're good. You're safe.
I'm safe, right?
Good. Glad to hear it.
Yes. So that was probably the weirdest experience I've ever had.
Thanks for watching 30 Years of Running. Please subscribe, comment, and share. See you next week. Peace.